am a rubber ball aiming for the sky. If I give the ground my all, no need to wonder why. No need to be too good to be true. If I'm falling, let me fall. Let me do as I do. I'm a rubber ball. I am a rubber ball. You bottom for a dive. All I know is the harder I hit the bottom, the higher I fly. No need to be too good to be true. If I'm falling, let me fall. Let me do as I do. I'm a rubber ball. I am a rubber ball. I can never say I do. 'Cause anything has fallen for is bound to fall the other way too. No need to be too good to be true. If I'm falling, let me fall. Let me do as I do. I'm a rubber ball. I am a rubber ball about to hit the ground. They can't see my smile at all, but I'm just upside down. No need to be too good to be true. If I'm falling, let me fall. Let me do as I do. I'm a rubber ball. No need to be too good to be true. Let me do as I do. Of course, I'm bouncing off the wall. I'm a rubber ball.
That needs a little work there. That needs a little bit of work there. That's all right. That's what we're here to do. Working hard. Hey, everybody. Nathan Moore here, reporting for duty. Hippie Fiasco rides again. Giddy up. Don't look back. I'm letting go. Oh, man, let's just find a beat for that. Let's just jump in there. I didn't know what I was going to do when I went live. Opening a new page. Let's just, what BPM? Like, I don't know, 120? Should we pick it up? 130? Wake up, rise and shine. It's trash night. How y'all doing out there? How's it going, Clayton? How you doing, Scott? What up? All right, let's just see here. Let's see. How would be a fun way to do it? Pick a number between, let's see, 10 and 20. Just pick a number between 1 and 50. A number between 1 and 50. All right, 17. That's the right answer. Ding, ding. We have a winner. We have a winner. All right, I'm just gonna go down this playlist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's the loop I'm dragging in and that I have to play to. Uh-oh, I hung it up. There we go. It's called Crushed Beat 01A, by the way. That was your choice. And it sounds like this. All right, maybe I'll put in all of your beats in here. I'll put them all in. Oh, look what you picked. Okay, so Andy had that MC. This is MC's beat. All right, so Andy had 42. Actually, we're close. Let's just go back 3 for Dan's. Back 3, right? For 14 from 17. And that's called Barefoot, No Kick. Maybe that one should be first. That sounds like this. Oh, there you are. Haha. That's you, Dan. That's you. That's you, Dan. All right, let's go to 38 now. 38, that's next, it looks like. So we're on 13. No, we're on 14. 15, 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 38. Swaby, you are half step beat. You sound like this. Oh, Swaby. There you are. Now we're talking. All right, 38. Who's next? Oh, 2 44s and a 42. 42 is next. That'll be Andy. So 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Oh, it just says drum 0. Drum 0. What the hell is this? Oh, Andy, see? Tech support's here. It just got complicated. We got 2 44s in here. They're just 2 steps away. Whoa. Yeah. And here's your 44s. Uh-huh. Who's that? I think that's Dan, right? Am I remembering correctly? All right, now here we are. We're back to the top. We're back with MC 17. MC 17. That sounds like a movie you're not allowed to watch. What's up? Orion's in the house. All right, so what? We're playing Rollaway Bed to this jam, right? All right. What should we go for in the harmonizing pedal? A D minor or an F? F it is. Good idea. Good thinking. It has to go all the way around the rotation through the keys, and if you miss it, you're like, oh, that was F. You have to go all the way around again. I gotta cement this thing down. Gotta be a way to cement it down. No, I just dipped my toes in there for a second while I was getting ready to run down the sand dune with my little handmade plane. Just trying to get, just like coffee, you know, just trying to get my synapses firing a little bit. All right, we knew what song it was going in, so if this doesn't work, it's not our fault. That's really fast. Really fast. Should we just go for it? It's a lot of words. I can do it. Oh, stretch. Good morning, star screwers, moon chewers, horn blowers. Look at what grew, what seed took hold. Spring peepers, deep sleepers, a tiny grain of a true believer's been planted by a toll. Let's get this show on the road. Giddy up, don't look down, I'm letting go. Full speed ahead on a rollaway bed. Whoa. Yeah. Go, Dan. Here we go. A-E-I owe you an explanation. I left beneath your tree, but you were just about of reach. I slept beneath and dreamt about us falling and landing in a sentence right at the writer's feet. Giddy up, don't look down, I'm letting go. Full speed ahead on a rollaway bed. Whoa. That's you, Swavey. Tech support.
We sat a while at the end of the rainbow. What they say isn't true, still there's something you don't know. From the sheets we made a sail and waited for the wind to blow. Now we're hopping north and back and forth on our own little tornado. Giddy up, don't look down, letting go. Full speed ahead on a rollaway bed. Whoa. Showinder's mind benders, garden rolls and legal tenders. Layers back and sail over. Soul sailors, hard tailors, prisons of the mind failures. Huddle up, this huddle's got room for everyone. Huddle up, this huddle's got room for everyone. Huddle up, this puddle's got room for everyone. Cuddle up, this puddle's got room for everyone. Giddy up, don't look down, I'm letting go. Full speed ahead on the roadway bed. Oh.
put it, it was true, so I put it on Facebook to share it with you. Sheep, wake up, you're being lied to. I saw it on YouTube, so I know that it's true. Reptilian government overlords, they're coming for you and me. And my racist ass uncle posted up some shit. I had nothing to do, and so I clicked on it. And to my surprise, I believed every bit that my racist ass uncle posted up some shit about reptilian government overlords that are coming for you. And you're right, so wake up, prepare, I'll get ready to be scared. Fill your cups up with fear, the end of days is near. Vaccine, moon landing, pizza place, sex ring, chemtrail, JFK, Paul is dead, that's okay. Earth is flat and so are we, Atlantis down in the sea, Illuminati, rule us all, new world order, build a wall, cause aliens are coming to take your essential jobs. And then they throw you in a FEMA camp, microchip, ancient aircraft landing strip, Planet X, Anunnaki, Nazi man invented hockey, Elvis lives, Tupac 2, they've been out in Timbuktu, LSD, TMT, psilocybin, ecstasy to decalcify them pineal glands. You should give it a shot. Wake up, prepare, get ready, be scared. Fill your cups up with fear, cause the end of days is near. Yeah, guy never heard of me, said he had the facts, documents and stock footage, it's real, so just relax. This kind of information tends to slip right through the cracks. A guy I'd never heard of, well, he said he had the facts, and reptilian government overlords are coming for you. And your guns, wake up, prepare, pocket ready, be scared. Fill your cups up with fear, cause the end of days is near. Yeah, communists are poisoning the water supply, and men in black are flashing a thing in your eye to make you forget everything that you know. If you know the truth, they can tell, cause it shows they're gonna kill us all and try to take us down to hell. It's all going down in 2012, or was it 2021? Wake up, prepare, pocket ready, be scared. Fill your cups up with fear, cause the end of days is near. Wake up, prepare, get ready, be scared. You fill your cups up with fear, cause the end of days is near. Fill your cups up with fear, cause the end of days is near. Fill your cups up with fear, cause the end of days is here. And Lord, I wish it weren't true, but it is.
Yup, this is precious free advice.
Precious unsolicited
Free advice.
When I grow up, I want to be a
Farting. Every single day I'm farting. And I'm singing all about farts.
My kids are driving me crazy, and it ain't even summer yet. Don't wanna be their teacher, nor my dog or my kitty's vet. The wife is driving me nutty, just wanna be alone. Just lock me up and throw away the key in my very own quarantine home. COVID, won't you go away? Please let me back outside. Back to my job and my redneck friends. I never fuss and I never lie. Drink a beer and get a hug. It's all I really want. And 5 minutes of freedom in my very own quarantine home. I'm so sick of cooking and watching all my TV shows. Seen every episode of Batman and even watched the Lawrence Welk Show. God forbid this continues on, I might have to read a book. Take me back to my good old life where McDonald's was my cook. COVID, won't you go away? Please let me back outside. Back to my job and my redneck friend. I never fuss and I never lie. Drink some beer and get a hug, that's all I really want. Just 5 minutes of freedom in my very own quarantine home. Just 5 minutes of freedom in my very own quarantine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's all.
Hello, hello, Woody here for Hippie Fiasco Rides Again. I just want to tell you about this awesome contest we are holding here for the best puppet video. Make a puppet, make a video, send it to hippiefiasco@nathansland.com, and we are going to watch all the videos on the Sunday before Memorial Day and pick a winner. And the winner will win $100. Woohoo! So get on it, grab a sock, make a puppet, write a little script, record a video, send it to hippiefiasco@nathansland.com, and win. Good luck out there. Have fun. It's going to be awesome. Deadline is Saturday the 23rd at 8 p.m. So get on it, kids. Good luck out there. Have fun. See you soon. So I was muted. Oh. I'll get it. I got a new toy here. It's really going to help. I know that's hard to believe. I sound like a snake oil salesman at this point. Well, no, I still can't walk, Doc. I still can't walk. That's a good bit, though. That's a good bit. I just thought of that. It's just too many thoughts at once. That's the problem. But I can't bemoan that too much, because that's how all this works. It's too many thoughts at once. That's how I write songs. I can play harmonica, and the puppet can have the harmonica in its mouth for sure, and that's cool. And all right, so the bit that you missed, I just came up with was, so at the end of the song, like, he keeps going, and he just starts trying to take it up a notch. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. So he took it up a notch. It was like this. See? Oh wait. I got a new green screen situation, dialing it in, but it's already way better than the last one. When was that? The last green screen. How long did we do that? Woo, those were the days, the good old days. I mean, hard times, but I mean, we had each other. So he's all like, What's up, guys? Come on. Let's do this. Rock it out with me. Come on. Ready? Ready? What's up? What's up? Y'all, so y'all don't want to rock? That's what you're saying? Not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. All right. Bye. I don't know. There's just something I like about playing the harmonica, and the puppet has a harmonica in its mouth. We'll see where that goes. It's not bad. Not bad. Not quite highlight level yet. There was a pretty funny highlight level last night when Percy, during OK Google It, I thought something happened, and it was so distracting and awkward for a second. There was like a commotion over here, and then the thing was swinging, and the lid to the litter box was like over here. So I thought Percy and Pip had gotten into a little thing. And but then a few minutes later, I hear something else, another commotion, and Percy was in the litter box, if you know what I'm saying. I won't give you too much information. You're following me. It was yellow gold, as we call it here on this Lemonist channel, broadcasting worldwide. It was great. It was great Lemonist programming. The dog eating. In the litter box. Live. We're reaching so many people with this. That was sort of a highlightable moment.
Hippie fiasco. Hippie fiasco.
Oh wait, no one can see any of that. You can now they can. You can see this chair swinging behind me. Something just happened behind me. Hey, Percy. Oh, it's Percy. Oh. Percy, get. No. Percy's in. Pip didn't have anything. Percy's in the litter box. That was too TMI. Oh, my goodness. That's so funny.
Percy, did you eat Pip shit? Is that what happened down there? How do you feel about yourself? Percy's don't eat Pip shit, right? Okay, here's to not eating shit. Not eating shit, Percy. Here's to not eating shit. High five. High five. No shit eaters. High five. Yeah. Well done.
Hippie fiasco.
I believe that there was no such thing as an ism until I found Lemonism.
Yeah, Lemonism works because, life's just really sour. So if you're trained from an early age to like the sour, then I guess you like a crappy life, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you don't want people to be miserable because it's sour, but they like the sweet things.
Right.
No, you just gotta get
Exactly.
used to the sour things.
And
We all
suck
gotta
less.
stand together, sucking it.
Yeah, suck it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lemons.
So, are you
Lemons.
persuaded?
Lemons.
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 Sour to the
Lemons.
people. That's our slogan.
Sour to the people.
Sour.
Sour to the people.
Sour to the people. Sour to the people. Yeah, I mean, I know it's dangerous to start a political movement in this climate, but it just has to be done. We have to organize. We have to come together through solidarity. We can move a molehill together. We can move a molehill. That's hard to say. Oh my gosh, my brain is scattered. I had such a good work night last night. I hardly even slept, but I did got a lot of fun stuff done. And but boy, I was just noticing just typing today. I've really been going at it here hard. My fingers are sore. Whew. But boy, has it been fun. I was just on such a roll last night. I was describing to Kethra about how it's like, oh, you got to see these upgrades. It's like old man perfection here. This old embalming crate that is now holding the puppets, and also holding the stand that is pointing at the green screen. It's an all-in-one situation here. This is just ready to roll. So it's the box full of puppets, and now my green screen. You can't. I guess you can see it if I switch to that camera and cut the green screen off. Is now a sheet instead of that cardboard that was super reflective and bright. Now this just seems to just catch it real nice, and feel like that's a big upgrade. And the big thing that it gave me was more acreage, more distance between the camera and the screen, so I can really have more fun with the depth. The way it was before, the camera was hanging from that pipe up there and then pointing at the cardboard sheet, and that was like so close that I didn't have much room to work, and almost burned the house down running through the tunnel with my cigarette, if you know what I'm talking about. But now it's nice and away. So we can really get some depth. He can be up here talking to you, or he can be way back here. Hey kids, welcome to the show. All right, yeah. So they didn't. There's nothing on these cue cards. What's going on with the cue cards? There's nothing on the cue cards. There. Excuse me. Yeah. Hey, there's nothing on these cue cards. There's nothing on them. Oh God, I don't know. I suck at that. I'm not good at that. Hi, kids. Yeah. So, yeah, right? Huh? Right? I mean, right? I mean, come on, right? Whoa, right? Am I right? Oh, my goodness. Right? What? Rove? What? Rove? What do you mean rove? Roving. Roving. I'm roving around. What is he talking about? I'm roving. I'm roving.
Went up on a mountain to give my horn a blow. Thought I saw my true love sing, yonder comes my bow. Rove, Riley, rove, rove, Riley, rove. Rove, Riley, boy, got nowhere to go. Went up on a mountain to fetch me a load of cane. Begged me a jug of molasses for sweetness, lots of Jane. Rove, Riley, rove, rove, Riley, rove. Rove, Riley, boy, ain't got nowhere to go. Daddy give me meat, mother give me bread. Pretty little girl, give me one sweet kiss, about to go and kill me dead. Rove, Riley, rove, rove, Riley, rove. Rove, Riley, boy, ain't got nowhere to go. mighty man, he rambles in the dark. Only time you know he's round when you hear old Ranger bark. Roll, Riley, roll, roll, Riley, roll. Roll, Riley, poor boy, ain't got nowhere to go. One drink, mama give me two. Want another one so bad I don't know what to do. Roll, Riley, roll, roll, Riley, roll. Roll, Riley, poor boy, ain't got nowhere to go. Daddy had a great big house, 1,000 stories high. Every story in that house was filled with chicken pie. Roll, Riley, roll, roll, Riley, roll. Roll, Riley, poor boy, ain't got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Poor boy ain't got nowhere to go. Roll, Riley, roll, roll, Riley, roll. Roll, Riley, poor boy ain't got nowhere to go.
Oh yeah, that's hometown boy Ethan Hawkins with his band Mud Skippers up in Boston. He's on his way to move to a farm, though, is the word on the street in Pennsylvania. So yeah, this cartoon contest is happening. I started out, I was just so excited about the idea that I was like, I'm gonna just put it, and people have been generous with the donations, and I was like, let's just put $100 to a video contest, for a puppet video contest. That's all the rules. I know that it shouldn't have copywritten music in it. So all original content, I need to be able to play it on the show. And besides that, it's just best puppet video wins. I think I'm going to get together maybe a panel of judges to zoom in as we watch it. I haven't exactly decided yet how that's all going to go down. But we will. The deadline, as you can see, is May 23rd at 8 p.m. So, yeah, little snippet. You just never know. The one rule is I need 10 submissions to do the contest. So if we don't get them by the deadline, then might have to push that back. But I hope that's not the case. I hope it seems like there's some good shares on Facebook today. I saw a puppet group on Facebook share the post, and I was like, oh, yes, that would be so amazing. And we've already gotten one submission, so we're doing pretty good with that. Now check this. This is part of my marathon of work that I did last night. Yeah, Andy, you want to be on the puppet panel? I'm psyched about this little graphic that I came up with. This cast, the cartoon cast of Hippie Fiasco Rise Again. Look at that. How fun that is. They're actually becoming actual characters too. No, I can't make it any bigger. That's weird. I can make it smaller, but I can't make it bigger. Oh, I see. Interesting. Oh, wait, I see. Hey, this will be better. Yeah. Oh, I'm so psyched about that. Here, I'll put this screen under it for contrast. Oh, look at that. I've heard tell of some good people that are working on puppet videos at the moment. Just that is so fun. So then what happened was I said I was talking to Dad on the show last night. We were doing the OK Google It trivia show that I do with my dad every Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. right here on Hippie Fiasco Rides Again. And I was like, yeah, I'm offering $100 for the best puppet video. And he goes, well, you know what? Now you're offering $130 for the best puppet video because I'm donating $30 for that express purpose. And I said, well, that's a great idea. That's awesome. So the next thing you know, people start playing along to the same thing. If you want to raise the, it would be fun to watch it raise somewhat, over just building up the anticipation. And getting more and more people going, oh my, all right, now I have to do it, whatever that point is. But so then by the end of the OK Google It, we have now we're offering a $200 prize for this. It just all naturally, organically happened. Puppet video contest. I might enter it myself. Maybe I'll keep myself out of the judging. I just think that it's no matter what. I just really hope that people do it and that we get them. And I really think that's going to be a popcorn-worthy Hippie Fiasco Rides Again broadcast. I think it's going to be good TV. I just have a really good. How could it not be? It's going to be gold. Oh my God. It's just that's going to be good TV. Let's get it up on the TV, pop some popcorn worthy kind of streaming. I can't wait to rise to the challenge. It seems like some low-hanging fruit. Speaking of low-hanging fruit, Al Howard and I are really onto something, up to something. We just haven't stopped. He's been writing nonstop since we went into quarantine, and he reached out to me about maybe collaborating on a song. So he sent me some words, and I sang it back to him through the phone, through the recorded it on the phone, and he liked it. So then the next day he sent me another song of another batch of lyrics. Song at a time. He writes them. He's a songwriter. He writes them in song form. So he sends me another piece the next day, and I had a sort of a magic moment with it. How it all sort of came, how the music came out, and what all happened there was sort of magic. And I sent it to him. I was like, holy moly! And then so the next day he sends me another piece, and I put some music to it. And sent it back and sang it back to him. And see, one of the things he wants to do with this project and with this new website that he's starting is he's writing words for singers that he likes, and they're putting it to music, or in some way. And then his mom is going to take the song and be inspired by the song and paint a painting to it. And so the song on the third day that he sent, I sang it back to him, and then he sent it to his mom because it was a song about his dad, and apparently, it really affected her. She was very moved by it and inspired by it, and in a way that he's like, I wish I could express to you how much it affected her. So that was pretty interesting. Apparently, his dad had a gravel voice too, and lived in Virginia, so it's just the right voice. So then the next day he sends another piece, and I sang it back to him. And I'm not usually good at this, but there's just something happening. He's singing right for me. He's singing right to me. He's thinking of me when he's writing these things, and it's just hard to fathom that he's that good. He might just be that freaking good. I suspect that he's that freaking good, and that some of this magic is just that. But at the same time, it's feeling magic to him too, and we're really having a blast. So so I think we got like 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 5. We have 5 songs, and he just sent another piece to me right before I went live on here. My first thought was like, we are in such a pocket right now. I wonder if I could just come up with the music for these words. I have only read the first verse even just to get the rhythm in my subconscious. I can't remember it all now what it was. But it would be weird if I could just come up with the music on the spot. It wouldn't be that weird because every other song has worked like that. But I feel like because I'm live and you're there and the red light is on, that energy could make or break it. I wish I'd read more of the words to know whether or not that kind of angst would suit what the song is about. I'm not even quite sure what the song is about yet. But at the moment, I'm getting a little, definitely getting a little superstitious about the whole thing, and now I'm just getting nervous. I feel like I feel like the fruit are going to get higher and higher in the tree, and I'm afraid of heights. But so I'm definitely afraid of jinxing it, and there's been some that I'll just read it once and then. I mean, one of them I read, and then I came up with some music, not even thinking about it. But then I was like, I wonder if those words of Al's would fit to this music I just found. And bam, it was like, whoa, that's crazy. But I had read the words, and they were in my subconscious. So I have a lot of fascination with the subconscious, especially as a songwriter, and exactly what it's doing in there, making all these connections. I would never connect that to that, but it does it all the time. It does it in the morning for breakfast. It eats morning for breakfast. Oh, hey. Let's see, we got some new blood in here. What's up, Lendl? Paul is definitely suggesting that he has a Ringer puppet movie. He wants to up it. He wants to inspire people to up it because he's pretty positive that he's going to take this gold. I don't know if you want to. I love the spirit of this. I don't want to interfere with it, but I'm you got to look out for Paul and what he might be up to here. But hey, it serves everybody, so I see what you're doing. Trying to, you got 4 aces and a wild card. And so you're up in the pot. And you're like, let's make this interesting. I see you. Here, wait. Let's. Why don't we just take a look at his words first? That's a safe move. We'll see what these new ones are. I really didn't have time to check them out too much because they came in right when I was going live. Oh, I didn't even have to leave. I could do it all right here with my handy new Stream Deck, which is the coolest freaking thing ever. It's amazing. Full stop. All right. I almost don't even. Would it be weird if I didn't read them to you? Feel a little weird doing that. I don't even know why. Tried to tell a story to a feather. I already knew I loved it. That's when I stopped. I was like, all right, this is gold. Let's see. Floating down a river over stones. And it might be conceit out there holding a belief that I've seen something that it has never known. The sunrise has an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all. Oh, it's so good. The heat is on the rise. It will. I love how hot off the presses he sent this to me. It's like, here, Brent, copy. Yes. The sunrise has an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all. The heat is on the rise. It will last into the night. And the pavement is a fever till the fall. Tonight it's just an... Oops. I tried to scroll on the wrong screen. Tonight it's just an empty-handed pillow, and the smoke will blow up into the clouds, and my whispers might progress. They might add on to the mess. But I don't think you hear my voice when I get loud. So I'm trying to write it down into a letter. I got a leather journal as a gift, but the pages are too clean, too perfect, too pristine, and everything I write looks wrong in it. So I'm here because I'm failure at forgetting, and I'm here because I cannot stand regret. And I want to fall in love with the moon and stars above and be close enough to count your every breath. Nice. I've seen the tumbleweed take to the highway. I've seen you leave the same and still return. They can build a wall and it's only going to fall, but the bridge we have between will never burn. So the desert might forget the river winding, and the feather might live out its days in dust. But I believe in this. I keep waking up insisting the only way ahead is with our love. I love this guy. So I'm here because I'm a failure at forgetting. I'm here because I cannot stand regret. And I want to fall in love with the moon and stars above and be close enough to count your every breath. Jeez Louise. Are you kidding me? So we put it to our beat. What if we slow our beat down to like 90? That's MC's beat slowed down to 90. I'm bummed that I was sober as a judge and half asleep when you and Tanner zoomed it up the other night. That's funny. might be conceived. They're holding a belief. They've seen something that it's never known. Sunrise. Try to tell a story to a feather floating down a river over stone. Might be conceived, holding a belief that has seen something that it never known. Yeah, that's the thing that makes it. That was a worthy experiment just for the realization of, like, you know, one of the things that makes us so hard to write when live on the cast or whatever is A, I'm not good at that, and B, I get self-conscious. So if I was here alone doing the same exact process, I'd be like just singing all that loud and wrong until it like found a place. But now I'm singing it sort of reserved and wrong, but it's never going to find its place. It's like, I don't know. It's like trying to imagine how the water is going to fill all the holes without just dumping the water and letting it and see where it goes. I'm like, I don't really do that when I'm by myself necessarily. It'd be more. Tried to tell a story, you know. Tried to tell a story to a feather floating down a river over stone. Tried to tell a story to a feather floating down a river over stone. It might be conceived, holding a belief, something that I've seen, something that it's never known. Sunrise, 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 there's an angry look about it. Sunrise, there's an angry look about it. Sunrise, there's an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all, after all. It's an Arizona summer. No. Angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer. Should change the phrasing there because there's a chorus going. I don't know. So there's an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all. Na 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 na. E minor. Sunrise is an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all. The heat is on the rise. It will last into the night. Try to tell a story to a fella floating down a river over stone. Might be conceived. Sunrise has an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all. I'll have to remember that little melody for something else. There's something about that I like. All right, that didn't quite work. Let's try something else. Maybe we should try one of these other beats. That has a note in it. Sing it loud and wrong. Tried to tell a story to a fella floating down a river over stone. Might be conceit out, might be conceit out there, holding a belief that I've seen something that's never known. The sunrise has an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all. He does. Oh, that might be a little bit like the first one. I should listen to the first one real quick. I didn't even remember doing the first one. The second one I vividly remember. This is just on my phone. It even has like weird clicking.
And now, where road comes to a cross.
It wasn't until I revisited it. I was
Not
like,
sure what
maybe.
I believe in, but I'm at a loss.
I was surprised he liked it. But there is something in the chorus.
Hard wind breathing on me from the south. Wanna speak to the river with the empty mouth. Time is tough, Father says be brave.
I should record this better.
The hour is late, I'm trying to behave. My mother mentioned that I should be safe. I'm down by the river trying to be safe. I ran this far beneath the stars tonight. No car alarms, no city lights inside.
It's not in here. It's in my messages still.
I need to be here.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being redundant. Melissa says, I think it needs an in between about it. It's an Arizona and it's an Arizona summer. I'm not sure I follow yet. I'm a bartender who stays up till absurd hours during this. I'm so stoked that Nathan pulls third shift. Right on. Night owls. Who? Me? These strings just might be that old. Tried to tell a story. 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 Tried to tell a story to her. Tell a story to a feather. Tried to tell a story to a feather. Floating down a river over stones. Might be conceit. Might be. Tried to tell a story to a feather. Floating down a river over stones. Might be conceit. Might be conceit. Might be conceit. Out there holding a belief that I've seen something that it's never known. That it's never known. Tried to tell a story to a feather. Floating down a river over stone. Might be conceit. Out there holding a belief that something that I've seen something that it's never known. The sunrise has an angry look about it. It's an Arizona summer after all. And the heat is on the rise. It will last into the night. And the pavement is a fever. Pavement is a fever till the fall. Tonight is just an empty-handed pillow. Lost the beat. Tonight it's just an empty-handed pillow, and the smoke will billow up into the clouds, and our whispers might progress. They might add on to the mess, but I don't. Our whispers might progress. They might add on to the mess, but I don't think he'll hear my voice. Whispers might progress, they might add on to the mess, but I don't think you'll hear, don't think you'd hear my voice when I got loud. So I'm trying to write it down into a letter. Got a leather-bound journal as a gift. But the pages are too clean, too perfect, too pristine, and everything I write just looks wrong in it. So I'm here, 'cause I'm here, so I'm here, so I'm here, so I'm here, so I'm here, 'cause I'm here, 'cause I'm a cannot stand regret. Oh, wrong button. Oh, no. So I'm here, 'cause I'm a failure at forgetting. I'm here, 'cause I cannot stand regret. I wanna fall in love. I wanna fall in love. The moon and stars above, and be close enough to count your every breath. I've seen tumbleweed take to the highway. I've seen you leave the same and still return. They can build a wall and it's only gonna fall, but the bridge we have between will never burn. So the desert might forget the river winding, and the feather might live out its days in dust. But I believe in this. I keep waking up insisting that the only way ahead is with our love. So I'm here, so I'm here, 'cause I'm a failure at forgetting. I'm here 'cause I cannot stand regret. I wanna fall in love with the moon and stars above, and be close enough to count your every breath. I tried to tell a story to a feather floating down a river over stones. It might be conceit out there holding a belief that I've seen something that it's never known. Sunrise has an angry look. Oh, shoot. I've seen something that it's never known. The sunrise has an angry look about it. Maybe it's an Arizona summer after all. Heat is on the rise. It will last into the night. And the pavement is a fever till the fall. So I'm here, 'cause I'm a failure at forgetting. I'm here, 'cause I cannot stand regret. I wanna fall in love with the moon and stars above, and be close enough to count your every breath. Tonight is just an empty-handed pillow, and the smoke will billow up into the clouds. And my whispers might progress, they might add on to the mess. I don't think you hear my voice when I get loud. So I'm trying. Oh man, let me try that again. Tonight is just an empty-handed pillow. In the smoke will billow up into the clouds. My whispers might progress, they might add to the mess. But I don't think you hear my voice when I get loud. So I'm trying to write it down into a letter. I got a leather-bound journal as a gift, but the pages are too clean, too perfect, too pristine, and everything I write looks wrong in it. So I'm here, 'cause I'm failure at forgetting. I'm here, 'cause I cannot stand regret. Yeah, 'cause I cannot stand regret. I'm gonna fall in love with the moon and stars above, and be close enough to count your every breath. I've seen the tumbleweed take to the highway. I've seen you leave the same and still return. They can build a wall, but it's only gonna fall. The bridge we have between will never burn. So the desert might forget the river winding, and the feather might live out its days in dust. But I believe in this. I keep waking up insisting the only way ahead is with our love. So I'm here 'cause I'm failure at forgetting. I'm here 'cause I cannot stand regret. I wanna fall in love with the moon and stars above, and be close enough to count your every breath. That's not bad. So I'm here 'cause I'm failure at forgetting. I'm here 'cause I cannot stand regret. Cannot stand regret. And I wanna fall in love. So I'm here 'cause I'm failure at forgetting. I'm here 'cause I cannot stand regret. I wanna fall in. I'm here 'cause I'm failure at forgetting. I'm here 'cause I cannot stand regret. I wanna fall in love with the moon and stars above, and be close enough to count your every breath. So I'm here 'cause I'm a failure at forgetting. I'm here 'cause I cannot stand regret. I wanna fall in love with the moon and stars above, and be close enough to count your every breath. Well, it's documented. If that's, I'm sorry, I didn't have a good zoom on the words there. I could have done better for you. I apologize. Shame on me. How about a version of Back in 15 Minutes? A new idea. I got a playlist here, but I think there's some redundant ones. But I over the years, there's just been so many versions of Back in 15 Minutes that I've done, and all my different bands and all the jams, and it's a one chord song, so it's the first Nathan Moore song most people learn, you know. And yeah, so let's see, spontaneous videos, and which one do we want? I'm glad you like my beard, thank you. Grows a lot better than the grass in the backyard. Just got some new seed, though. Gonna try again. Every year we try to grow grass in the backyard. We had a half a bag of seed when we went into quarantine, and I dumped it out, and we actually had some hay. And I'd never really used hay before, but I've always seen people that they use hay when they grow grass, if any grounds person knows. So I put out what we had, and I put the hay on it, and just sort of in the bald spots, and it grew. It's like a miracle, but now our backyard has this little mohawk. It's just a little patch of grass that we have. It grew everywhere I put the seed, but it seemed like everywhere I didn't. Now it's like, why didn't I don't know. It seemed like it died wherever I didn't put the grass seed, or it was something then that isn't there now, but it just looks like our yard is a mohawk. But we did get some new seed. So what made me think of that? Oh, my beard. I wish my backyard grew like my beard. That would be nice. That would be real nice. Oh my gosh, there's so many versions of Back in 15 Minutes in here. Let's do a live Surprise Me, Mr. Davis. Back in 15 minutes. How about that?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to I got a strange feeling, one that won't let me go. That the sky's about to open, steal me away. Close. Back in 15 minutes, write a letter. Back in 15 minutes, write a song. Back in 15 minutes, hell, write a novel. Back in 15 minutes, right or wrong. Where there's smoke, there's a motel burning. There's fire in the eyes of the musician, and the road is hopefully forever turning. Like the world is spinning. Back in 15 minutes, write a letter. Back in 15 minutes, write a song. Back in 15 minutes, hell, write a novel. Back in 15 minutes, right or wrong.
lose all my money, forget you saw me. Just putting me back in what I had on. And we'll blame it on trees and running from the new day, from the new dawn. Back in 15 minutes, write a letter. Back in 15 minutes, write a song. Back in 15 minutes, write a novel. Back in 15 minutes, right or wrong. Yeah, so good. 2007. You know, it's so funny with that band. I never really we played so rarely, and it was always so exciting and so much fun. I never got past. We almost never got to the point where I even got to get a chance to see what it felt like to get past just how excited I was at everything. And it would make me a little inconsistent. Like when Brad would come in there singing, I was just so pleasantly surprised that I would change the way I would sing it just because I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then it like doesn't really happen, but the idea was there. But you know, we didn't play that song enough times to even get past that feeling. That's one of the things I think people love about us, is that's a palpable, contagious feeling. And maybe there's some wisdom to us not ever getting past it. It's like, you know, Dylan was famous for loving the first or second take with a band in the studio, and that was the gold. Maybe we don't really want to hear the 20th take of that stuff. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I feel like we had some new stuff come in lately. Oh yeah, there was the Hoedown clip. Mike Clark in the lodge. This lodge is a sacred place to us. At the La Sierra Hoedown. The lodge. Can't wait to sing in the lodge again. Oh man. But yeah, feel free to send me any random fun musical hippie lemon related video clips you have, especially from places we love like this. Let's go to the lodge. Everybody knows this is nowhere. This is gold right here. Louis Longmire from the back of his van.
Every time I think about back home, it's cool and breezy. I wish that I could be there right now, just passing time. But everybody seems to wonder what it's like down here. I gotta get away from this day-to-day running around. Everybody knows this is nowhere.
So classic. Yeah, I saw him doing that today in Portland, Oregon. Louis Longmire driving around in his van. And then I tuned in to Kellen Asbrooks from Fruition's live stream, and he was singing on his porch. Next thing you know, he has a beer delivery show up from a local brewery that brought him some cold mason jars of beer. And next thing you know, there's Louis pulling his van, backing his van up to serenade the delivery. And then a pizza shows up. So Louis out there singing from the back of his van. It was such a beautiful thing. And Lyndall, your question earlier, that was the lodge at the Lost Sierra Hoedown. It's a festival I played the last few years. And it's just a magic festival. And I've met some of my best friends there at this point. And that lodge is a really, really old building. And it has this circular fire right in the middle of it. And I think the first couple of years, I don't even know if they always used it or what, but the music this thing just started happening, that like all the music that was made in the lodge seemed like it was, there's some serious mojo in there, serious freaking mojo. And it's such a comforting place in there. Gets a little cold at night, curl up by the fire in there. It's a circular fire, so it really hits everybody. And we'll get some more lodge footage in here at some point. Actually, what didn't Josh put up a video of me playing at the lodge? What was that? Oh yeah, it was what was it? Enough About Me? Did he put that on YouTube? Let's see. Yes, he did. Lost Sierra Lodge. Clip grab. Grab this clip. It's one of my new favorite apps. Enough About Me, Lost Sierra Hoedown. All right, it's about 50% downloaded. I mean, I should be a huge multitasker and put this right on my deck right now. It's not that hard. Going to the NM. All right, maybe it's a little bit longer than I thought it would. Put a play video button on it. All right, go to the NM Songs folder. Should be done by now. Sort by date added. There it is. Bam. And just like that, it's on a button. Right here. It's that new button. This one. Oh God. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Whew.
There's a God walking a fine line.
That just fell in my tea.
Suicide and
Oh my
crucified.
God. Wow.
There's an ant climbing up the side of this bottle of moonshine in the sunshine. There's a town suddenly hushed down. The only sound is enough to drown. There's this beautiful flower that smells awful. Look, but no nose full. I mean, it's really terrible. But enough about me, I've always been blue, like the sky is blue. I see what I see, and not one thing I've seen I know is true. But I really used to know you, really used to know me too. There's a picture of Pain on the wall, hanged, but he's been framed. There's this faint echo of a child's name, dissipating waves, fading away, fading away.
I messed up that lyric there.
There's the remnants of last night's magic, a burnt matchstick, the 2 of hearts strip. There's a guitar leaning on the mattress. I've been getting into fitness. My love's my witness. But enough about me. I've always been blue, like the sky's blue. You can sing along. I see what I see, not one thing I see I know is true. But I really used to know you, really used to know me too. There's a siren sounding starboard. The ambulance is backwards. I'm diving in for her. There's a night owl lost in the day. People call his name. Hoop is all they can say. There's just one thing that's hard to prove. It's this game on the chessboard where nobody moves. And there's a heater humming at my feet. And out the window I see the air they breathe. But enough about me, I've always been blue, like the sky is blue. I see what I see, and not one thing I see I know is true. But I really used to know you, really used to know me too. Thank you so much.
Well, I'll never stop dreaming, for my dreams found a place tucked in the corner of that smile of your face, so wild and so free, so selflessly given, so absolutely just crazy about living. And we come to you tired, and we come to you weary, and we come to you broken down. You say, come and I lift you up. Yeah, I'll fill your cup, don't you worry about a thing. And you dance like the fires, and you think like the wind, and you feel like this river, so we all jump in as we run to you tired, and we run to you weary, and we run to you broken down. You say, come gather near me, and I lift you up. Yeah, I fill your cup, don't you worry about a thing. Ways we should thank you. Well, that list, it goes on. May you forever be the beauty in this song. As we crawl to you tired, and we crawl to you weary, and we crawl to you broken down. You say, come gather near me, and I lift you up. Yeah, I fill your cup, don't you worry about a thing. Yeah, I lift you up. Now I fill your cup, don't you worry about a thing.
Ah, so beautiful. Willie T. Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, the nurse. We just want to definitely think about the people in the front lines a lot. And tonight's trash night, so that's no exception. I think about those trash men out there touching everybody's trash. It's scary. I'd be scared. I'm scared and I'm staying home. I'm scared to open the mail. They're touching everybody's trash. Bless them. How's everybody doing? Hey, Brian, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Amy, welcome to the show. Hey, Night Owls. How's it going out there? It's sort of too bad that I don't want to talk politics on this show. Not politics. It's not, it's always, it's so hard. The thing that's so weird is like, because philosophy is so fun to talk about, but philosophy is politics too. It's so hard to talk when you're talking to somebody. It's like, am I talking to a philosopher or am I talking to a politician? Because really, I need to know which one I'm talking to, because those are two completely different things. You can philosophize about all kinds of things, but then you can, be an active member of the body politic trying to affect change according to your philosophy. And I mean, I guess a lot of philosophies trickle over into political philosophies, And it's really like, if you're talking to a libertarian, are you talking to the philosophy, the idea, or like the politician that like wants to get somebody on their ticket? Or like who's as a group? What are you? What are you as a group? Now there's a group. Now you're not just a philosopher philosophizing. You're a group of people that agree, that are actively in agreement on an ideology that you want to enact into political office. That's two completely different conversations between a philosopher and a politician. Because if you're talking to a politician, you're talking to thousands of people that you don't know, that aren't right in front of you. If you're talking to a philosopher, you're just talking to an individual. I'm just trying all the, just so you know, if you're just starting to watch the show, I never say what I think, because I don't think anything. I just always say what I'm thinking, and I'm always doing that. But I never really say what I think. If I ever sound like I say what I think, I'm trying that shoe on to see how it fits. I just want to see what happens. Linda says, where are you? Starting this at 1:30 Eastern every night from the West Coast. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Virginia. I just want to say thank you for all these nights you've given us through all this craziness. You are a treasure, brother. Kudos. Oh, thank you, man. Bless you. I'm always talking to a libertarian. But which kind? The philosopher or the politician? It's really tough. It's really tough because, I mean, like, the thing I keep saying to my libertarian friend, and I love my libertarian friends. I'm an anarchist at heart. I really am. That's one of the reasons why, like, you want to know if you're talking to an anarchist philosopher or an anarchist politician, because a politician, that's active now. You're trying to get your philosophy to be that's political. And that's different than just I think that, that authoritative power structures are wrong, and I think that we will one day evolve past them, past the need of them. I believe one day we will be clairvoyant. I believe one day we will be one and so empathetic that we will no longer need a system of force to control us into behaving and not hurting each other. And we will evolve past the notion of punitive justice. That'll be a thing of the past. To punish somebody will sound like the Dark Ages someday. And I think we'll evolve, but we have a really long ways to go. I'm an anarchist because that's where I think our ultimate destination should be. And I think it's important to hold and treasure your ideal, your pure essence of this thing. But I'm not an anarchist calling for the anarchy to be established as its own kind of weird order. As a politician, I just believe in it as the right philosophy in an aspirational sense. I think that philosophies can be aspirational. They don't have to happen immediately. So it's and it gets sketchy, When I was watching Outbreak, okay, I'm watching the movie Outbreak, and I know that's just a cheesy movie and everything, but still, it's a philosophical dilemma. When I'm watching Outbreak, now this is a disease that is highly contagious, and everybody that gets it dies. I mean, it's like end of humanity kind of stuff, and there's an outbreak of it in this little town, and they do a really good job of hyping it up. It comes from this one monkey, and Dustin Hoffman finds the monkey, finds the source or whatever, and it's in this little town, and it's bitten a couple people, and the virus is spreading through the town. And this is such a horrific, highly contagious, highly deadly virus, and they've done such a good job selling it. When the military seals off the town, I'm like, you had to do that. You sort of had to do that. Somebody had to do that. And that goes against everything that I would ever think philosophically. I don't even know like how to incorporate that kind of stuff. I'm just like, wow, like, oh man, I hate to say it. So then I pose that to like my libertarian friends. I'm like, all right, so if there's, like the ones that are really mad about what's going on now and everything. So I always try to take it to the extreme. I'm like, well, where? And for some reason, like I guess I know why, because, like it's, there's always going to be examples of where you might do in life something against what you really believe. There might be. As a pacifist, in the purity of my pacifism, I really think that like there's something probably profoundly powerful about being completely true to the idea of never killing, no matter what the scenario, never being cowardly, always trying to get between evil and anything that it might be threatening, but at the end of the day, not being willing to kill is a beautiful thing. And I think that's powerful. And I think there's a power in that we might not even be able to comprehend. A lot of spiritual leaders have embodied that kind of consciousness. And I think it's a really powerful thing, and for lots of reasons. And I probably think that it's right, but I don't know that I would always adhere to that when immediately threatened, or when someone I love or someone I see is being threatened or whatever. I don't know. I think I would probably do whatever it takes. And maybe that's different than killing, but I'm sure the pacifist in me, I'd be like Batman. I'd swoop in there like Batman, tie him up to a rafter somewhere, leave him there for the cops to come get. Definitely be Batman. I always like that part about Batman, the Dark Knight, being a pacifist. But I don't know. So maybe it's just that, like, it's like it's really hard for someone to be like, okay, like in that situation, I would completely go against what I believe and do something else. It's like liberty, live free or die. But yeah, if there was a deadly contagion that was that contagious and that deadly, you might have to like deprive everybody of their civil liberties in order to protect the whole. In that scenario, I hate to say, they just don't want to ever admit that there might be a moment, if they were the governor, that they would do something. I heard you put the fist in pacifist. Yeah, well, there's always been a fist in pacifist. It's so many unfortunate words, There are people you talk to that really truly believe that pacifist and passive are the same thing. It's like someone that refuses to do something. And I hate that, because that at least shows that you have not explored this philosophy whatsoever. And pacifism is not about not doing anything ever. It's always about doing something. But it's not being willing to use violence to achieve your goal. And there's been a lot of and if you look at it, it's pretty interesting. Almost every super famous archetypal pacifist was murdered. Jesus was a pacifist. He was murdered. All the classics, just the archetypal button style. Gandhi, pacifist, murdered. John Lennon, pacifist, murdered. Martin Luther King, pacifist. These are the archetypal pacifists. Like, we have a thing to achieve, but we must not use violence to achieve it. Every single one of them. John F. Kennedy, not really a pacifist, but still sort of an archetypal pacifist at the time for some weird reason. But still, he was in there. There's definitely a difference between libertarians and anarchists. But that's why that's why I think I don't trust libertarians, though, is because they should just be anarchists. They should understand what anarchy is, strive for it. They would be striving the same thing. They would get the same distance. But instead, they're caught up in this delusion that they could maybe run things, and if they ran things, they would be run right. And I think that that delusion is what infects every party ever that's ever been. We should not have parties at all. We should have no ideologies in politics. We should only have competent people, pragmatic problem solvers, enacting the will and desires of the people and needs. Pure, right tool for the right job. Like, oh, you need a number 9 screwdriver to get that screw. And, we don't need aspiration should be, that's what, you're either, I was going to go somewhere I'm not even educated enough to go. Just thinking about how in like science and painting and all these things are like the black sheep of rich families or something. We should go back to that model. Let the black sheep of rich families dream up these lofty ideologies. That's why I don't trust libertarians. They should just be anarchists. Instead, they want to organize, convince themselves if only they ran things, it would be better. Because they've convinced themselves, we wouldn't run things. Yeah, until you got in there. The difference is, let's see, Orion's chiming. Love it that you're chiming in. The difference is the acknowledgement of the need for collective responsibility, government, and then the negotiation of how much government that follows. The difference between the two, the difference between an anarchist. Right. But I wish you were right about that. Why are you giving libertarians so much credit? I wish you were right about that. Because I don't think that they necessarily really it resonates with them. Well, okay, maybe I'm being too quick with that. I feel like they get so hung up in the ways. It's such a weird strain of thinker to me. I understand it. I mean, it's some of my favorite people, and but to identify as that is intriguing to me, just because of the way it's always how it always comes out. Like they get focused. They just get super focused on things like government infringing on your freedoms and stuff like that. But not in that's what we've always been saying. Hippies and every activist or revolutionary since the beginning of time has known that the system is completely corrupt and has to change. So they're speaking our language in terms of that, but it's almost like, well, what is your new vein? What do you think you've discovered here? And I guess it's this idea that the left has lost its way or something like that, but I'm not even old enough to know what any of it means. They're the true liberals. Is that the angle? But it's like I said, if they were actually politicians, I watch them all the time. Like stop and frisk would have been their coup de grace to get to spread their umbrella a little bit wider, and truly be actively fighting for civil rights that are being actively infringed upon in the current moment. And I know every single libertarian will tell you that they completely disagree with stop and frisk, that it's an infringement on our rights. But I also know the sound of crickets when it comes to issues. And they were crickets on stop and frisk. Crickets. But these liberals trying to take away our freedoms. Complete silence on detentions at the border. complete silence on the drug war for the most part, which is actively incarcerating human souls behind bars as we speak in this country, and they do not stand on the sidewalk fighting that fight. Ever. Something affects them directly, they all get together and whine about it. Drives me crazy. Just be an anarchist like any good, decent human being. Quit thinking you could run things better, because I can tell you're coming from a fierce individualism stance. You're not coming from a deeper sense of government's role in terms of our collective needs. That's the makeup. That's the suit. We all know that. What makes you different? I hear what you're saying. Many libertarians are anarchists where it's convenient for them. We're all anarchists where it's convenient for us. Which house did we go to when we were in high school? The one where the parents were home? But an anarchist wouldn't shut down the town with the 100% infection death rate. I don't know. I feel like an anarchist society would still have organization somehow or another. It just wouldn't have authority, but it would still have organization. And really, by the time that we are empathetic and wise enough to achieve a state of anarchy, which is more what I feel like it should be, like a blossoming, a flower opening, we achieve this. When we achieve anarchy, we are on such a, we're like Sweden. We're like freaking Sweden. They still have a long ways to go, but you know what I'm saying. You just can handle stuff. We'd all be like Canadians or something. All right, well, we can't leave the town. We have a deadly disease. We're not like getting in pickup trucks with our shotguns charging the blockade. Screaming, live free or die as you destroy humanity. Yeah, I mean, there's you can have as much. Anarchy is mostly focused on the, I mean, they talk about it in lots of different ways, but in terms of the authority and the power, and how the government has a monopoly on the use of violence and force, and how we've given special permission to this one part of our thing, one to be the enforcer, the punisher, I mean, but it is tough. I mean, without the government, why would anybody not honor a contract? Why wouldn't anybody? It's tough stuff. That's why my whole thing is that we have to blossom into it. We have to become it. We will outgrow our need for authority. That's what I really think that. I think, 1,000 years in the future, we won't need police because we won't be the same kind of people. You scared me. You're saying muted. That just made my heart sink. I'm like, nuh-uh. Wait, you're still saying muted. Oh my goodness. I'm like, no, because that would have been a long time ago. I'm glad you said that, Shannon, so I know it's not true. Oh, good. Whew. Okay, I can breathe again. But, I mean, maybe my anarchist party is a political party, but it's a very, very patient party. We think it'll take like 1,000 years, and we won't be in power when it's over. At all. But I mean, I still, at the end of the day, I'm an anarchist in my heart, and that's the lens I view everything through. So it's really even hard for me to talk about contemporary politics, which is all just a complete weird fest. It's just complete police state destruction of everything, kind of day in, day out, all my life. It's like, okay, but so it is hard when you sometimes see things that seem to be making the 1,000-year plan is going to take. Oh, now it's going to take like 5,000 years because we're going the wrong direction. It's really hard to advocate more government authority, more lemonarchy. It's hard to be on the side. It's even hard to, like, even when I find somebody I love, it's a little bit weird still. It's just like, yeah, but I'm just like dreaming about 1,000 years in the future. What can I do to just help, like, hurry that up? Can I take like a few days off of that by anything I could do with my little blip on the screen of existence? That's what a philosopher does. I think. Absolutely. I mean, a free people are going to organize, right? Just to get things done. We want all the things. We want all the things. We want to be able to mail a letter, drive down a road, go to schools. We want to do all those things. But that doesn't mean that whatever you call your organized body also has the monopoly on the use of violence, can arm itself, can imprison people by its own accord. Like, it's so weird how far and fast it goes that direction all of a sudden. What would government be if they couldn't do that? How would situations get solved? What would the situations be if there were no prisons? If there was no army, no police force, what could that even look like? Would we just get attacked? Would we get devoured? We might get attacked and devoured. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty. I mean, the organization's pretty tight. I mean, you enter at a pretty high level. That's the good news. The bottom is the tops. Clayton says, as an artist, it's hard to see the sense in the world's reality. Well, I mean, it's, on the other hand, what clockwork. You know how you, like, open up a old pocket watch or something, you're just like, oh my God, look at the intricacy that's in. How did they do it? There was a while there I was like, I want to learn how to do this, because I mean, at some point somebody made that a pocket watch from scratch, from the things around, and made a watch, and it's so meticulous. It's like beyond me. It's like I feel like I could study forever and still it would be beyond me. It's just such an amazing. And sometimes I often see the world like that. There's so many billions of people, and just you pull into a big city or something, any of the big cities, any of them, and you're just like, all these people have something they're doing. They're all doing something. I mean, for the most part, like 90 some crazy % of all people are up to something. They're doing something. They got their lives, they got their jobs, they got their homes, they got their dreams and their relationships and all that kind of stuff. Billions and billions and billions of people doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, if you just take a snapshot of what's on my desk right now, I mean, all this stuff came from somewhere. You know, it's like, it's sort of miraculous what all goes on in the world. That didn't work. Whew. And I just like pull into Pittsburgh or something, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, look at these millions of people all off to something. Where are you going? What are you doing? What you doing? What you got going on? Look at all these people, millions of people. Are you kidding me? What have we come up with for you all to do? How do you do that? And the other thing that gets me is you go to like stand at the bottom of a skyscraper or next to like a giant ass ship. That hit me like a brick. One day I was standing by this giant ship, and if you ever buy a big ship, I mean they are behemoth. They are just unfathomably large creations. And I'm standing there looking at it in awe. I'm in awe of this thing, and I'm like, you know what? My philosophy never would have made this thing. There's no room in my philosophy for that kind of thing. I'm not that kind of dude. I can offer my little thing, but I can't give you a ship. You're not going to get a ship with me. We're not going to go to, you know. I think that might be true. So I was just like, okay, kudos. This ship is unbelievable. This thing is amazing. I never would have made this. Well, look who it is. Oh, is this strawberry time? We try to pretend it's all lemons, but I got this great footage of us me eating strawberries and her doing this. That was going to be my whole bit. Yeah, on the show, it's all lemons. She's the worst intern of all time. I thought she was going to be the star of the show and get me 1 million clicks, but she will never get on the camera. It's just all lemons. Little sourpuss won't do anything she's told. But as soon as I go off air, it's the second I hit the off button, it's all strawberries and cuddles. Say hey to the cast, Pip. You're the star. This is your show. This is the Pippi Fiasco Rides Again show that she started, and it was just like, hey, just talk to him for a little bit. I'll be right back. And that was 2 months ago. That was 110 shows ago. You realize we've done 110 shows since quarantine started? You're such a silly cat. Oh, my goodness. Pip. Oh, she's starting to purr. She's starting to get into it. She's got herself all upside down. That's a nice little spot back there, isn't it? You like that? Yeah. You're sweet. Say a few words to the cast. Yeah, kitty. That was crazy. It was funny because I looked at the list and I was like, it was like 93. I was like, oh, cool. We can have 100th episode show. Let's do the 100th episode show. That would be fun. Maybe a little retrospective. And then I realized that I have to put them in the quarantine folder playlist on YouTube. And there was like 12 that I hadn't labeled quarantine playlist yet. So I was as soon as I did that, I was like at 107. That was a few days ago. I was like, damn, missed the big celebration there. That was gonna be like a ribbon cutting ceremony. That was gonna be a bottle of champagne. That was gonna be a string, brass band, tuxedo affair, 100th show. This is the first time I've been jealous of your situation. Really? With all these puppets I got? With my sweet blue electric guitar? What? I got a freaking webcam coming. That's going to be something else. It's going to be too crisp. You're going to be like, whoa, dude. All right. TMI, dude. TMI. Too many pixels. TMP. It's coming. But this I didn't even realize that this built-in camera on the Mac, isn't very impressive. I read some reviews recently where people talked about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I can see that. Until I plugged in my phone, and I don't even have to do it. You've seen it. That phone is crisp. And so, as soon as I saw myself through the iPhone, I was like, whoa, oh goodness, I could be going out full HD here. So I didn't get like the top of the line webcam or anything, but it's going to be nice. It's going to be better than this guy. I probably should have just gone ahead and gotten the nice one that everybody talks about. It wasn't even that much. I don't know why I didn't do it. It's so frugal. It ends up just costing me more because I'm just like, well, we'll just see what that world is like. Just dip my toe into the deep end. The more times you dip your toe, the least likely you are to dive in. It might be too real, Clayton. It might be too much. You'd be like, oh, this guy is like not doing well. This guy is like has health issues. Oh, that's why this guy's staying in his house. No wonder he hasn't left since March 7th, 2015. Hear that, Pip?
G'day. Today I'm going to read you the greatest book about the future ever written. Back to the Future Part 2. But first, I'm going to read you the greatest book about the past ever written. George Orwell's 1984. I can do this because here in Australia, or Australasia, the book is no longer in copyright. I'm going to read you the whole book, so there might be spoilers. You never know. It was a bright cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13.
Winston sat at his mundane desk. His job at the Ministry of Truth, Mini-True in Newspeak, was to rewrite history for the advantage of the government. Big Brother was the leader of the political party, and as the signs all read, he was watching you through surveillance.
We watched this show the other night that was about the end times, and it was made in 1973. That's one thing I think is so funny is when you study history and stuff like that, you realize that so much of what we're seeing today isn't all that new. That there's so many things that are threaded through it all. They're all really familiar and similar. But this is like an end times movie in '73, and they were talking about there was a worldwide pandemic, and it was all about the rapture. There's a rapture, and then the United Nations got together to control the whole world and to make sure everybody got the vaccine. And it was so funny because I had just said it. I was just saying it to Kethra earlier that day. We were talking, and I was like, well, they could even there is a way that they could do like a mandatory. Like the way they would do a chip or like the mandatory vaccine, how are you going to know who has the vaccine or not? Like the best way to know who has a vaccine is with a chip, probably, because you could borrow someone's phone or someone's card. It'd be easy to lie about that. But if you put a little chip in there, so that they can scan you at the door to know that you have gotten the vaccine. That's completely imaginable, for sure, I think. But what's interesting about it is that what they could also do is that instead of making it mandatory, it doesn't have to be mandatory for the sake of freedom, because we believe in freedom and we would never make you do this. It's going to be completely voluntarily. But if you want to get in the door at the grocery store, you got to have the chip. You know, you don't have, and they already do that in schools. Like you don't have to vaccinate your kids, but if they're not vaccinated, they can't go to school here. So this is like, this is just me rambling on the back porch, but you know, as we do, I can't believe people ramble on Facebook. I used to try to do that. It's dangerous. Just sit on your back porch and ramble to your friends, your wife, your dog, your cat. Pip knows what I'm talking about. Pip has gotten wind of some doozies. But you know, that was my little ramble. So then we watched this End Times movie from 1973. That's exactly what they do. They call it the Mark of the Beast. People got it on their heads, or they get it tattooed on their arms, and it was just a tattoo, you know, to let everybody know that you would. Oh my goodness, my green screen just fell. The ghost is back. So. But the one thing they had was like right on the grocery store window. It was like, you can't come in here unless you have the tattoo, and it was right there on the grocery store. I was like, look at that. It was exactly the way I described it hours earlier. I think hearing me ramble, Cather's like, you got to see this movie I saw when I was a kid, and so we found it on the thing and watched it. It was like, holy moly, it's so funny. I'll meet you at the junction of anarchy and vax politics. Those are such surreal, tough questions, because obviously, like the return of diseases that we successfully eradicated because of people's refusal to accept the way we eradicated those diseases is so interesting. Oh my goodness, and like, you know. It makes sense. It's like the town and Outbreak. Like I can completely relate to all angles on that. It's like, I don't want my kid going to school with people that aren't vaccinated for diseases that we, you know, I don't know. Golly, it's tough stuff. But the thing that really blew my mind was the idea, because I see it in the subscription model and the way everything's going like that, like. Everything once you don't even buy a software anymore. You subscribe to software. Almost all software is like Photoshop. You no longer can buy Photoshop. You subscribe to Photoshop. And then, you know, they come out with new updates. And you got to get the new update. But, you know, all of a sudden the new update doesn't work on your old-ass computer. And so next thing you know, you're buying this, you know, and it's a script. Back in the old day, we used to have, like, renovated old computer things that ran on old software with like pirated things, you know, pirated Pro Tools and pirated loops, and everybody's passing around on floppies, and you know, it was just a crazy world out there back in the day. Anything goes. But you know, now you're just locked in, and you're incentivized, and you're in there. And if you want to do what you're doing, then you're in there. And just the way that they there's just so many ways that the world is going in that regard, and I can just see them just like cutting off, like, oh, you don't have to do it. You don't have to get this. You don't have to do this thing, but you just won't be able to, you know, fly on a plane or go into a public place or any of these things. We would never infringe on your freedom. We just need to know, you know, that everybody's safe. You know, we need to keep people that aren't vaccinated out of the store. If you're not wearing a mask, you can't go in the store. Oh, it's so interesting. It's weird stuff. But on top of, you know, what's weird now is, on top of all these philosophical / political conversations we're having, is this virus that we're just learning about. That's one thing that frustrates. So many people are coming out of the gate within a month, like, oh, I know what this thing is. This thing is this, and this thing is that, or what? It's like, already you've lost me. What? What? You think you know what this is already? Holy moly! Why on earth do you think you know that? I don't care what side you're coming from, whether it's the worst thing ever or the stupidest thing ever. You thinking you know that already is ridiculous. My goodness. Calm down for a second. It is what it is something. Science is true whether we believe in it or not. Like, it is this weird virus that is doing weird things, and it's behaving strangely. And here's to someday knowing what the heck it is. I would think, a few months into the thing, we'll know a lot more than we did right out of the gate. But it seems to me like you want to err on the side of caution when you have no idea what you're dealing with. You don't want to just run willy-nilly into a barrage of machine gun fire. It seems so mysterious. There's so many different reports, so many different stories, strange things about it. It's so interesting to me too how like conspiracy theorists are so shunned. It's with such a fervor, It's like the whole fake news thing. It's the whole the election thing. There's just so many ways that it compounded. But but at the same time, it's like a deeper cultural phenomenon too, where like there seems to be like this ramping up of the culmination of human knowledge in the present day that is entering this new realm that we don't even know how to process or exist in yet, because like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle got ripped off by spiritualists who tried to help him communicate with his dead wife. He invented Sherlock Holmes and couldn't figure out he was getting conned big time by people that were talking to dead people. Not very long ago, it wasn't very long ago that we still didn't know anything, and very few people knew anything, and we were just figuring things out and how they really worked. But then it all ramped up, and then all of a sudden we got to the point where like, hey, we sort of figured it all out. Now we know, like, it's not Zeus making the lightning. You didn't anger the gods. You don't have to do a dance for the crops. No proof of the ghosts, and your religion's bullshit, and there's just no scientific proof of any of this stuff. And but the scientific proof of things did get incredibly impressive and was doing all these amazing things where you're like, well, I guess I don't know. There's this weird vibe in the world that we feel like there's no excuse for not knowing the truth. There's no excuse for not knowing the truth. That's the first time in human history anybody could say that with a straight freaking face. For thousands and thousands of years, anybody that said that was full of crap. This is the first time someone could say that, and maybe they're right. If you said that 100 years ago, 200 years ago, if you said that 1,000 years ago, you're insane. You've lost your freaking mind. Now maybe you're right. But people that feel like they know the truth and that there's no excuse for not knowing the truth, I don't know. It's just a really interesting time in terms of all that, because the science is really impressive, and I don't know. Right. I mean, these are basic realities, like MC is saying. Like, for the first time in human history, we have actual access to all the information in the world. Whereas 100 years ago, 200 years ago, if you lived on an island, you might not even know things existed that exist. So it is unprecedented access. I think it's a very real situation, but I feel like the ramifications of it and the way we act within it is all like, it's this whole new thing in human history that the tension of it is deeper than we can even possibly comprehend. And to be sitting on this incredible invention, this incredible access, and this incredible wealth of knowledge of all of human history on your phone. I mean, it's easy to get frustrated with people. Well, come on. I mean, how could you not have known that? It's the Galapagos Islands. Just Google it. Whereas people were, but see, I mean, the thing that fascinates me is I think that, A, ignorance is bliss, and B, there are benefits to alternative ways of thinking, and cultural, like there are cultural identities that were completely born out of their ignorance of a different way of doing it, and there are innovations that have completely decimated culture because it took away, it gave them a new way of doing something that was maybe easier, but it changed them in a way that wasn't healthy. There's a million ways that homogenization might be robbing us of something. And the people that are intelligent and educated might be inadvertently advancing something that is weakening us by insisting that everybody know all the things. I've never really talked about this. I don't even know if I've really thought like this before, but no, it's so true. We, the general populace, have information without the critical thinking and comprehension of science to be able to make sense of it. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of truth to that. I can't figure out how to make a pocket watch. A simple, old-fashioned pocket watch from hundreds of years ago. It's complete mind-blowing to me. And I don't care how many books I read on it, I cannot figure out how lightning bugs make their butts blink. I'll never get it. It's magic. It's just obviously magic. Come on. Yada, yada, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's just chemical. I can't pronounce this, and chemical, I can't pronounce that, and that's all it is. No. Light is coming out of its butt. It's making light. It's making light from nothing. I guess it's not from nothing. It's from whatever's making the light. It's magic. We know this much to be true. We've studied. We have a peer-reviewed paper, right, Pep? Yep, Percy read it too, right? Yep, completely peer-reviewed proof. Lightning bugs' butts are magic. Oh, someone just commented on my my puppet post. Fireflies are rad. One of check out the here's one of Al's and Al Howard's in my new song. It's called Firefly, I think. Or that's the working title, Firefly. Have you seen a firefly lighting up the newborn night? Does it turn you to a child through the forest running wild? Have you seen a firefly? Does the California sky catch your passing eye? Do you stop or drive right by those magnetic streaks of light of the California sky? That's a good song. Forgot about that one. I think the things I've known, like I'm clay for them to mold. When I hold your hand, I understand my soul. When her hair moved in the wind, did you make a memory then? Like a photo in a frame where time you for a minute tamed when her hair moved in the wind. Do you miss the trees in fall, morning cold and colors call, when your breath comes to a crawl through the golden canyon wall? Do you miss the trees in fall? I think the things I've known, like I'm clay for them to mold. And when I hold your hand, I understand my soul. But you say that like it's so simple still. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know. Like, does that really explain anything? Because I've seen fire, I can understand how two chemicals could mix together in a firefly's butt and it blinks. It just blinks. Are they like glow sticks? It's like glow sticks when you go and you break the little glass and it releases that chemical and it mixes with the other. And I mean, that, I don't necessarily think that's magic, do I? Or do I? I mean, I don't, not as much as I do that a freaking firefly would be able to blink like that. Naturally, like it's built in. Like the glow sticks, I could just see like, you know, some people in a lab going, I've done it. I've made the glow stick. I just took this crazy crap and this crazy man-made crap and but a little lightning bug in its little blinking butt. I mean, come on, that like in nature. I mean, just because I can make a paper airplane doesn't mean the butterfly is not like, what? How, what? Caterpillar is like a completely unique life in and of itself. I mean, it walks on all these legs across. I mean, the caterpillars become butterflies. And you know, there's this stage in their development where like the caterpillar just like becomes goo in this sack. It just wraps itself up in a sack and becomes goo. And you know, at a certain point, like that's right when everybody's like, it's the end. This is it. This is a terrible tragedy. And people are trying to rally their parties or whatever. Well, if we take over, we can fix it. We can put it back to being a caterpillar. We can get back to being a caterpillar again if we all just come together on this goo. If you listen to me and join my party and all like-minded people and you put us in charge, we'll put that caterpillar back together again. Just put us in charge of it. We'll fix it. You want a caterpillar, right? That's what you want. Everybody wants a caterpillar. A caterpillar was free and beautiful, and now it's a big pile of goo. This is a tragedy beyond imagination. And we've allowed this to happen. And I look at my fellow citizens and I think to myself, how dare you? How dare you advocate for this goo? Whatever. We'll put it back together. Just put us in charge. But yeah, to the philosopher, he steps back and is like, you know, I think I'm just going to sit here and watch. As that goo somehow or another knows what to do. It becomes a freaking butterfly. It becomes I would cuss right now if this wasn't a family show. Because it's so exciting and amazing. It's like crying because something's so beautiful. I could cuss. I could curse. right here, right now. Gosh darn butterfly coming out of that goo. And that butterfly is an anarchist. Thanks for watching the show. Sour to the people. We all got to stand together sucking it. Don't forget the Lemonist Manifesto that is our every waking breath. Yeah, I mean, that's how everything has to work. We all were started as goo to a certain extent. Tadpoles and frogs are pretty amazing because tadpoles is another one of those things that is completely its own, a whole separate animal that lives underwater and it has its own style, its own daily routine. You know, it's hanging out. It's I'll be right back, I guess. I don't know, because they don't know. They think they're going to be right back. They say to their friend, like, hey, I got to go do something. I can't explain it. I got to go do this thing. And they never come back. But fortunately, all the people they said they would come back to are there on the bank beside them, living on land, eating flies, croaking, peeping, singing their asses off, jumping around on lily pads, great swimmers, four-legged things, not a fish anymore, not a little tadpole swimming around. And why do tadpoles look so much like sperm? What's really going on here? Why are these things... Why are atoms just like the solar system? Why does it work like that? You look at an atom and you're just like, oh, okay, well, that's the sun, and there's a little planet spinning around it. And, you know, if you take, like, the atom, the nucleus of an atom or a molecule or whatever it is, an atom, I guess, take the nucleus of an atom and you blew it up to the size of, like, a grapefruit, then the next closest electron would be like a football field away, like a mile away. If just by that... That's how much empty space, proportionally, if you were to blow it up. Just blow it up and picture it then. Goo is... Are you saying that goo is not the scientific term? I beg to differ. Well, I graduated with a PhD, and you know that stands for philosophically, he didn't. That was pretty close to funny. That was almost funny. PhD. Oh, look at this. It's Cousin Eric. Man, you are looking good. Have you lost some weight, buddy? Wow. I see you're not getting much sun, not leaving the house, huh? You got the beach right there, and you just refuse to leave the house. I hear you. It's scary out there. Yeah, but looking good. You're looking good. Nice haircut. I don't see how you're maintaining your hair in isolation. It must be your wife's doing. But looking good, buddy. Have you come to find out more about the puppet contest? Is that what's going on? You heard we're having a puppet contest, didn't you? And you want to know more about it. So, Nathan, I hear you're having yourself a cartoon contest. Well, you've heard correctly. And the prize is now up to $200 for the best puppet video. All you got to do is make a puppet. Just make like a, silly old puppet. Hey there, Henry. You got any advice? You got any advice for the listeners out there about how they could win $200? You probably know a thing or two about this. Oh, wait. That's right. My green screen fell down. Oh, no. That's no good. We're just going to have to fix that. Hello. Woody here for Hippie Fiasco Rides Again. I just want to tell you about this awesome contest we are holding here for the best puppet video. Make a puppet, make a video, send it to hippiefiasco@nathansland.com, and we are going to watch all the videos on the Sunday before Memorial Day and pick a winner. And the winner will win $100. Woohoo! So get on it, grab a sock, make a puppet, write a little script, record a video, send it to hippiefiasco@nathansland.com, and win. Hey, let me in there. Let me in there. I want to say a few words. Wait. All right. Is this thing on? Okay. All right. You know what? Wait, this is not a good voice for you. Hey. All right. Am I in there? Is this thing on? All right. So, Nathan's making it sound easy. It ain't gonna be easy. Don't kid yourself. This is gonna be the hardest fight you've ever fought in your life. We got talented people out there making some of the most kick-ass puppet videos of all freaking time. What makes you think you, with your sock, are gonna win it? Well, I'm here to tell you how. You and your sock could very well win this thing. You listening to me? All it takes is the right idea. Well, I'm not sure that was helpful. I thought maybe he was going to say something a little more inspiring than that. He's just taking it all a little too seriously, I think. But I think he does have a point in terms of you just never know. You never know what's gonna appeal to the judges. What kind of criteria, where it's gonna fall in the lineup. Who knows? I'd say if you actually make a puppet video, it's going to be awesome. How can it just will be? You could draw. All right, now you might not win with this, but you could go. You could do just like. We need. Yeah, what kind of song do we have for this? It'll all get copyright strikes. I need something with a choir. No, wait. I'll just use my. Oh. I got this. Wait, we could probably. Wait. I know what backdrop I want to use. Oh my goodness. I played all those. There's no way out. I can't even get out of here. I'm stuck in the laugh track. I'm stuck in the laugh track.
Oh yeah. You know. Yeah.
And just like that, we are off. Jam Cruise 10 has officially set sail. So we're heading out into the ocean now. Haha.
Who's in control? Oh, there's a little boat. Is there a man? Or do we just float? Both sails are down, and the rudder sunk. If we don't get back, might as well get drunk. It's a
At sea on Jam Cruise.
Jam Cruise. Wendy.
What? Oh, I said to redo it?
Yeah, take two.
I'll take 2 rum and coke.
So, hi, it's nice to meet you. My name's Harold.
Hi,
Nice to meet you. It's good coming from Canada.
Oh,
yeah, Canada.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Canada.
It's a good place, eh?
I'm from Minnesota originally. There's a lot of Canadians around there.
Well, we call Minnesotans dickheads. I can't really speak.
Gold. Look, I saw that I wasn't muted. My big red button. Did y'all see when the Stream Deck fell in my tea earlier? That was almost a tragedy. Luckily, there wasn't enough tea, but it fell right in the cup as I was hitting the button to go to the video. So it was like, oh no! And then the video was playing. I was wondering how much of that y'all actually saw. That's a highlightable moment. I'm going to go back and check that out. Oh, the new Stream Deck. Oh, it's so fancy and has really improved my life. And oh, well, kids, my 3 hours is up. Does that count as a leaving song? So how many Jam Cruises have I done? What was the last Jam Cruise number wise? If Jam Cruise 9 was the spot, and I did it every year since that, how many is that? Oh yeah, that album never came out, did it? Right, it's a perfect 10, right? That's what I think it is too. I think it's perfect. I was in an argument with somebody who thought I'd only done 9. Sun's coming up, hide. Vampire, I have to go into my casket and get to me my 8 hours, which is usually like 6.5, 7.5 if I'm lucky. You know what, Steven Fisher? I don't want to go. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere until you put a picture on that thing, and I can. If you don't know how, I can help. We can walk you through it here at Hippie Fiasco Rides Again. We want to provide a public service. Speaking of public service, I do believe that. What's this guy's name? Hank. Hank has something he would like to talk to you about. Hello? Hello? Anybody? Hello? Am I all alone? Hello? Hello? Hey, Hank here with another public service announcement. Hello out there. Hey, I hope everybody's doing all right. Hope everybody's hanging in there. Public service announcements. We like to provide that service here on the Hippie Fiasco Rise Again show. So, here's a public service announcement. Spoons are very good for peeling ginger. Spoons, very good for peeling ginger. If you have some fresh ginger root you want to add to your stir fry to make it delicious, you do, don't you? Want to make it delicious? Got some ginger root? Spoons, kids. Spoons. All right, this has been a public service announcement. I'm Hank. It's just good to see you. Well, thank you, Hank. That's indeed good advice. I can't believe I'm still alive in 2020, Keelan says. Well, I'm glad you are. And yes, you are.
I can't believe we made it. According to today's regulators and bureaucrats, those of us who were kids in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or even early 80s probably should not have survived. Our baby cribs were covered with bright-colored lead-based paint. We had no child-proof lids or locks on medicine bottles, doors, or cabinets, and when we rode our bikes, we had no helmets. We drank water from the garden hose and not from a bottle. We ate cupcakes, bread, and butter, and drank soda with lots of sugar in it. But we were rarely overweight because we were always outside playing. We would leave home in the morning and play all day, as long as we were back when the street lights came on. No one was able to reach us all day. Smartphones? We didn't have cell phones at all. No PlayStations, Xboxes, limitless channels on cable, laptops, or tablets. Facebook was an actual face and an actual book. We had friends. We went outside and found them. We played dodgeball, and sometimes the ball would hurt. We fell out of trees, got cut, and broke bones and teeth, and there were no lawsuits from these accidents. No one was to blame but us. Remember accidents? We had fights and punched each other and got black and blue and learned to get over it. We made up games with sticks and tennis balls, and although we were told it would happen, we didn't put out any eyes. We rode bikes or walked to a friend's home, knocked on the door, rang the bell, or just walked right in and talked to him. Little League had tryouts, and not everyone made the team. Those who didn't had to learn to deal with disappointment. Some students weren't as smart as others, so they failed a grade and were held back to repeat the same grade. Tests were not adjusted for any reason. Our actions were our own. Consequences were expected. The idea of parents bailing us out if we got in trouble in school or broke a law was unheard of. They actually sided with the school or the law. Imagine that. Now, this generation has produced some of the best risk-takers, problem solvers, and inventors ever. We had freedom, failure, success, and responsibility, and we learned how to deal with it. If you've related to anything that was just said, you're one of them. Congratulations. You made it.
Here, there's a man with some kind of recording device, and he's kind of getting involved in certain situations. We might need a little backup. Copy.
Roger that. On my way.
Can we get an ETA on when exactly we can expect your arrival? Copy.
Dude, you don't have to do approximately 3.5 seconds.
I'll be counting. 3, 2, 1.
1.5.
Thanks for getting here on time. We're gonna need a little assistance to take care of this man with a recording device. He's been intruding. He's a little out of control right now. If we could we?
Gotta include this guy,
or something like that.
old dog face.
You don't need to talk to me.
He has. He doesn't have to be. He don't have to talk to me on the walkie-talkie anymore. This guy, he hasn't been in one of my videos yet, but he's next in line for the next video before quarantine. I was making these little cartoon videos before all this with all the different puppets and stuff, so it's all sort of coming together in a funny, natural way. And now I got this. Pretty psyched about this graphic I made last night. The cast here, little cast shot. But it's funny because he's the smallest one in the picture, but in real life, in reality, dude is huge. My goodness. It's cool he's on this cool stand, but I took him off the stand. I left the wire thing on him. So I think that'll help me work him. So wait, I forgot we were going to get Steven a profile picture. Let's see it. We can talk you through it. You could Zoom me, and I will take a screenshot and send. If you don't have a picture of your face, we can fix that right here on the Fiasco. We can fix that. Yep. I see you there with your profile picture the way it is, and I just wanted to say I've enjoyed come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get you a fucking. Oh wait. I don't cuss on the show. Look at that. I pretend to have a few drinks in me, and I'm already just a sailor. just a downright disrespectful sailor. Those are imaginary bourbons. That's the power. That's the power. Well, you want me to put a picture of me up there looking like that, looking like this crazy man as a placeholder? I can hold your place just as good as that dude can. Who's this dude? That's not family. All right, just grab a screenshot of some random thing then. A lemon. Put a lemon there. Put a lemon there. I dare you. Put a lemon. Come on. Join the party. Be a lemonist. I can't go to bed till you have a lemon on your profile pic. You could, really affect my day here. Sun's coming up. I could get vaporized like a vampire. We got to get you a lemon. You want me to send you a lemon? Need a lemon? Now I'll give you some waiting music while you find your lemon. You can do this. Look at that. Speak of the lemon. This man knows how to do it. Here, you can squeeze Kevin's lemon. before Reed. I wish I didn't insist on tying these on with a shoestring. Get you a lemon, Steve. Georgia. Good night, Lindo. Georgia. Is the old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I don't have the beginning note yet. There it is. Do it again. Oh, one more time. I was just getting it. That's what I didn't do the whole time. All right, does he got it? Did he get it? It was good to see everybody. It's been a really fun night. Oh, look at Clayton in solidarity with Steven. New profile pic. That's a good pic. That's a cool shot, dude. I like that. I bet he's just hitting upload on that lemon, isn't he? Is that what's going on? Yeah, where would that be? Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Found a wise old man cross-legged on the tip of a mountain peak. I said I've walked 1,000 miles. He said you are what you seek. So I uncrossed my legs, rose from the peak, tossed my eyes to the valley. They rolled through town, found me deep, asleep down a dark alley by the light of a shining star. By the dark of a dim-lit bar. I'm an exploding pen. I might not make it this way again. Sun and moon, day and night, heaven and hell, wrong and right. For all I know, from all I've seen, there must be two of me. One to rise and one to be ashes, one to fall and one to fly. One that the crumbling sky catches and one to be free by and by. The light of a shining star by the dark of a dim-lit bar. I'm an exploding pen. I might not make it this way again. Can't make what you've already made. I say when they say I might make it. I steal poems, I borrow shade. If a chance floats by, I take it. Fellow inmates of this round world, these bodies, these thoughts in our head. Save all the reasons you'll pray nevermore. Tell me all about it when I'm dead. By the light of a shining star, by the dark of a dim-lit bar, I'm an exploding pen. I might not make it this way again.
If you forget me, I want you to know one thing. You know how this is. If I look at the crystal moon, at the red branch of the slow autumn at my window, if I touch near the fire the impalpable ash, or the wrinkled body of the log, everything carries me to you, as if everything that exists, aromas, light, metals, were little boats that sail towards those isles of yours that wait for me. Well, now, if little by little you stop loving me, I shall stop loving you little by little. If suddenly you forget me, do not look for me, for I shall already have forgotten you. If you think it long and mad, the wind of banners that passes through my life, and you decide to leave me at the
Why didn't it work?
Of the heart where I have roots, remember.
What happened? What
that
happened?
on
Tell
that
us more.
day,
We need more.
at that hour, I shall lift my arms and my roots will set off to seek another land. But if each day, each hour, you feel that you are destined for me with implacable sweetness, if each day a flower climbs up to your lips to seek me, ah, my love, ah, my own, in me all that fire is repeated. In me nothing is extinguished or forgotten. My love feeds on your love, beloved, and as long as you live, it will be in your arms without leaving mine.
When you are old and grey and full of sleep, and nodding by the fire, take down this book, and slowly read, and dream of the soft look your eyes had once, and of their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace, and loved your beauty with love false or true? But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur a little sadly, how love fled, and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars.
Check. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just do that to you? Sorry if I just fed back. Did I? Seems like I would have heard that. All right, I will leave you with this.
All right, let's get back to the subject of the writer. What is the original feel of the writer? What mechanisms should he consider, work on?
The word should never arise.
Yeah.
There is no such concept as should with regard to art or anything unless you specify. In other words, if you're trying to build a bridge, then you can say we should do this and we should do that with respect to getting a bridge built. But it doesn't float in a vacuum. My feeling about art is that one very important aspect of art is that it makes people aware of what they know and don't know that they know. Now, this applies not only to all creative thinking. For example, people on the seacoast in the Middle Ages, they knew the earth was round. They believed the earth was flat because the church said so. Galileo tells them the earth is round, and nearly was burned at the stake for saying so. Cézanne shows people what objects look at seen from a certain angle and in a certain light. And literally, people just thought he'd thrown paint on canvas. And they attacked his canvases with umbrellas when they were first exhibited. Well, now no child would have any difficulty in seeing a Cézanne. That is, once the breakthrough is made, there is a permanent expansion of awareness. But there's always a reaction of rage, of outrage, at the first breakthrough. And, for example, Joyce then made people aware of their stream of consciousness, at least on one level, on a verbal level. And he was at first accused of being unintelligible. I don't think many people now would have any difficulty with Ulysses.
No.
So the artist then expands awareness. And once the breakthrough is made, this becomes part of the general awareness.
This is our leaving song. 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 Leaving song. This is our leaving song. This is our leaving song. This is our leaving song. Take it. This is our leaving song. 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 It's already too long. Oh no, don't want to see that. It's trash night. It's trash night. Throw that out. Get rid of it. Bad habit. Be gone with you. Whoa, what is that? What am I looking at? I'm now pointed the wrong way. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Good night. See you soon.
Love you all. Keep up the good work. We got this. Baby steps. We're a snail on the back of a turtle going, whee! See you soon. True story. Oh wait, did he get a lemon yet? One more check. Oh, didn't work. I want to know more. Dying to know more. More breakdown. This is our leaving song. This is our leaving song.
Coming over the Starnberger Bay with a shower of rain. Stopped in the colonnade and went on in sunlight into the hostel and drank coffee and talked for an hour. Gar Pennerus, Dam aus Litauen, echt Deutsch. And when we were children, staying at the Archduke, my cousin, took me out on a sled and I was frightened. Said, Mary, Mary, hold on tight. Down we went. In the mountains, there you'll feel free. I read much of the night and go south in the winter.